Hey friends, my name is Ryan and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Gig Forensic. Now, today's quick video, I'm going to speak once again about computer networking class, and we have a brand new topic which is workgroup versus domain, and I'm going to explain the difference between the two. So sit back and relax, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead please hit the subscribe button, like and then comments on my video, and then click that bell icon so that you will be notified every time I posted or upload a new video into my channel. Now, let's get into our agenda. A work group is a peer-to-peer computer networking. That's its network type, and basically we have here simple demonstrations about a work group. So in this example here, we have 5 different computers. All these PCs are connected to a central switch, as you can see. And so, for example, I have a user account on this computer 1.1. That user account can only be used on this computer. Okay, I cannot use that user account to log in to a different computers on the network. Now, if I wish to log in to computers 1.10 or 1.11, I need to create a user account locally on that machines. Okay, that's how a workgroup works in terms of login. Now, for the administration, user can manage his own PC. Okay, so going back to my example, I have a user account on this computer, which means that I can like control and administer this computer. I can do whatever I want. I can change the background. I can install software. I can remove programs from this computer. I can create a security permissions on this computer, and that's what it means about administration. Now for the storage, each device has its own dedicated storage. So going back again to my example, I have a user account on this computer, and when I bring up my Microsoft Word or I don't know Excel sheet or whatever programs that I need to work on, every time I'm gonna have to save that document, it's going to stay locally on this computer. Okay, so there's no such thing as a centralized server, or maybe like a file server that I can store my files with into. So whatever documents you have on your computer, it's gonna store locally. All right. Now the big thing is, if you transfer to a different computer and you want to access that computer locally, all you have to do is to use a USB flash drive and then plugging it here, copy and paste, and then going back to this new computer and then plug in, copy and paste, and it's very time consuming if you have that kind of scenario. Okay, so that is a work group. And again, just to give you some heads up, a work group is ideal for a small network, maybe 5 or maybe 10 computers in the office. Now let's go back to our um, next topic. No, sorry, work group, and then the next one is domain. So this is our domain. Now a domain is a client server network. Okay, so going back to our example, we have 5 different computers, right? And this computer acts as our server, and we call this the domain controller. Now the domain controller is the one responsible for security of every users. So for example, if I'm gonna have to log in on this computer, when I bring up when the computer brings up the login screen where I have to type the username and password, that username and password is then go to travel all the way here, the switch, and then going to the domain controller. The domain controller is the one matching the username and password. If it's correct, then that's gonna be the time that I can be able to log in on this computer. And for when it comes to login, the system admin needs to sit on this computer, or access this computer remotely, and he can create multiple accounts, maybe like I don't know, 10 or 20 or 50 accounts. And every user account on a domain network is called a domain user. Now these users can log in from this PC, this PC, this PC, all the way to 1 to 13. Okay, he can log in as long as that computer is part of the domain. Administration. Now there is a centralized administration. All computers can be managed from a centralized device or server. So for example, there is like 20 user accounts, 20 user accounts, and the system admin have decided to um, like restrict the access of D drive, right? So every time that 20 users log into each of this computer, they cannot access the G drive. Now the system admin don't have to sit on these computer one by one just to like manipulate the configurations. All we have to do is to sit on this computer, the server, or maybe remotely access that computer from a different PC, and then he just write a script or configure the policy that these 20 computers um, cannot open the D drive or cannot access the D drive. Okay. Now for the storage, there's something called a centralized storage. So all user data is stored in a centralized storage device, usually a NAS or a network attached storage. NAS is somehow like a computer with built-in with installed operating system, maybe FreeNAS or some other types of operating system that offers storage functionality. That is what we call the file server. So a file server is a computer on a network where users can store their files, can access their files from, and then can work on their files on their dedicated computers. So I hope that that is clear. Work group versus domain. Work group is ideal for a small network. Domain is ideal for a large network. There's a centralized server, usually domain controller, and users can store their files not just really locally, but they can store their files on a file server. Okay, so I hope this clears, and guys, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.